Hi guys, today I'm doing a very long overdue winter Black Phoenix alchemy haul. I made an order just after Christmas and I received it in late January, but due to various reasons I was not able to film until now, which is really sad, and I won't be able to do a first impressions video as I've already sort of smelt all of these since I've had them for so long. But I thought I would still do a video for you just to show you what I got and what I think of them. So this order I chose 4 full bottles, one of their Yule scents, one of their Crimson Peak scents, one limited edition scent and one of their Lunacy scents, and I also chose 6 sample sized scents. I tried to go for sort of warm and comforting fragrances because that's what I seem to be drawn to as the weather gets colder. So without further ado, let's just get started. The first perfume that I'm going to talk about is the one that I chose from their Yule collection. Now there were quite a few scents that I liked from their Yule collection, but I wanted to restrict myself to buying just one. So the one I chose is called the Bear Prince, and this one's notes are quite simple. It's shaggy fur, snow and rose. So I really liked the sort of thought of a scent that was like a bear. And in the bottle it smells really powdery rose, but in a really soft and nice way, and not sort of a dry, horrible powdery smell, if you know what I mean. It is sort of uplifted and warmed by something which I'm assuming is the shaggy fur smell, but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't smell like wet dog or anything like that. It just smells nice and sort of comforting and very light and very feminine as well. I wear this as a sort of everyday smell when I want just something light. So I really recommend this if you like sort of light powdery rose smells. But I didn't think I was a powder person. I thought I hated powdery smells. So this has really changed my mind. Okay, so the next fragrance I chose is from the Crimson Peak collection. And if you watched any of my other videos, you'll know how excited I was for this collection. And I really wanted to buy a lot of them. There's a lot that I like the sound of. And the one I chose is All That I Possess. And this one has quite a few notes. It has amber, clove, leather, Guaeko wood, white sandalwood and myrrh. And this one is very similar to the Bear Prince in the sense that it has a powdery note in it, especially when it's on, not so much when it's in the bottle, but when it's on the skin, they are very comparable. It's as if the Bear Prince is the female, the sort of the more feminine version, and All That I Possess is the more masculine version, because it has that sort of very light, almost powdery note. And there's a definite sort of clovey, ambery sort of resin smell on the top there. It's a very sort of clean man smell, almost like a man's study, like a library. But it's a very nice smell. I've been wearing this, I've sort of been alternating this and the Bear Prince for sort of everyday wear, but this is very pleasant. I really like this. I'm very glad that I picked this one out of all the Crimson Peak scents. The next fragrance is actually my favourite of all of them, and I bought it on a recommendation from one of my subscribers actually. She said that she had this and she really liked it and thought that I would as well, and I'm really glad that I followed her advice and went out and bought it because this is fantastic. It's called Palmyra and it is one of their limited edition scents, not really part of any of the categories, and buying this also gives money to refugees apparently, which is very nice. And this one's notes are golden amber, galbanum, frankincense, myrrh, balm of Gilead, vanilla infused sandalwood, leather and Ceylon cinnamon. So basically it is chock full of resins with some sort of leather and cinnamon in there as well. And this is absolutely beautiful. It is very warm and sort of incensey, resiny kind of smell. And it just sits beautifully throughout the day. Is absolutely lovely. It's just a beautiful sort of resin perfume. If you like any of those things, like if you like myrrh or frankincense, this is a perfect perfume, and as far as I'm aware it is still in stock. I'm really hoping to get another bottle of this with my next order. I love it that much. And the last full bottle that I got is one of their Lunacy scents, and if you don't know what Lunacy scents are, they are the monthly sort of moon inspired scents. But this one is Mare Vaporum. And this one has white sandalwood, oud, golden amber, bourbon vanilla and black jasmine, and it was a jasmine that sort of drew me to it. I know this was sort of a winter perfume haul, but I thought this would be perfect for summer because I love jasmine scents in the summer, and this is sort of jasmine combined with resins, so I thought that would be perfect because I normally just wear sort of floral jasmine. But this one, I've never smelt the Lab's jasmine note until now, and it's a lovely jasmine. This one is a very strong sort of grown-up jasmine, and it's got that sort of incensey resin behind it, but it's not too overpowering. In the bottle it smells lovely. It smells like, as I said, like a lovely sort of grown up resiny jasmine. Okay, now onto all the imps I received, and I tried to go for some sort of masculine scents, some lavender scents, and then one sort of food scent and one of the dragon blood scents, because I've been eyeing those up for a while. So firstly I'm going to start with the more sort of masculine scents that I went for, and this is another recommendation from one of my subscribers, and they said that they purchased D and they really enjoyed it. Even though it's marketed as a masculine scent, I really like this. The notes are leather, rosewood, tonka, incense, parchment and softwoods. And it is a lovely, warm, it's quite strong. I think it's the rosewood and the soft woods give it a very woody masculine scent. But on the skin it lingers, and it's almost got the powdery parchment note in there. It's just a very pleasant sort of clean man smell. But this one is slightly, there's something stronger in it, like it's got a bit of a kick to it. So this is a very lovely, don't be put off if you're normally into sort of feminine scents. If you like sort of warm, woodsy smells, this is lovely. And the next one I cannot pronounce, unfortunately. This is the Antikythera Mechanism, and its notes are teakwood, oak, black vanilla and tobacco, so another sort of woodsy smell. This one I don't like as much as I like D. I do really like D. I've worn that sort of as an everyday scent and it is lovely. It reminds me a little bit of my dad actually, which is nice. But this one, there's something in that I think it's the vanilla. It's a sweetness of the vanilla, but it's not a sugary floral vanilla like you can get. It says it's like a black vanilla, and it really does smell like a blackened vanilla. And then so the vanilla with the woods, it is a very nice smell, but it's just not quite me, if that makes sense. Okay, and next is one of the RPG scents, and I thought I really like, this is going to sound really odd, but I really like the scent of sort of porridge, sort of oaty smell, and I think that's a particularly comforting smell. So I thought, ooh, let's see if Perfumes Alchemy has any oat smells, because they have everything. And I found this, it's called Halfling, and this one is from their RPG collection, from the Races collection, and it has porridge, kikiri nuts and pastry crumbs, which I thought this would be sort of a lovely sort of oaty, comforting smell. It's not quite what I expected. It's very sugary. It smells, yeah, like vanilla sugar, and there is sort of a porridgey smell in the background, but it is very, very foody and very sweet. And it would smell like cupcakes or cake batter if there wasn't that sort of porridge note making it smell more oaty, if that makes sense, rather than like super sugary. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, it is a very, very nice smell, but it's not quite what I expected. It's way too intense. And the next one is one of the Dragon's sort of collection. This one is Dragon's Hide, and it has dragon's blood, leather and smoke in it. And I don't know, I've never known what dragon's blood smells like. I wanted to try it out, and I thought with the leather and the smoke in it, it would be the best thing for me, because I love both those smells. So this one, I haven't actually smelled this in a while, so this one's really nice. It almost smells, you definitely get there's something smoky in there, and what I'm assuming is the dragon's blood is the most prominent note. It is warm, but also a bit soapy at the same time, which is very strange. It is a very nice smell. It is definitely a very sort of fiery yet comforting smell, which is pretty much exactly what I wanted. I don't think I've actually worn this one yet, but it's a very lovely smell. I'm definitely going to be trying that out actually. I shall pop it on now and see how it wears. Ooh, that tingles. Yeah, it almost feels like I've put sort of cinnamon on my arm. That's quite strong. Oh yeah, that's really nice. It's almost sort of a soapy, almost a soapy powdery note to it, with that lovely warmth and leather. It's a very lovely smell. That's definitely going to be, I don't know why I haven't worn that until now, but that's definitely going to be one of my favourite sort of everyday ones now. Next is one of the lavender scents I got. I got two. The first one is Paris, which is from their Wanderlust collection. And this has lavender, lotus and spice in it. And I thought I liked lotus, but on smelling this, I apparently really do not. Because there's definite lavender smell, there's a definite spiciness, and then there's a sweet floral in there that I just do not get on with, and I'm assuming it's the lotus. and it is a really lovely smell, but it is what I would imagine a 12-year-old girl would want to smell like, you know, really the sweet lavender smell, and the spice just gives it a little bit of a kick, but it's not something I can ever imagine myself sort of as a growing woman wanting to smell like. So I did try this out on my skin, and it really didn't sit well with me. So I'll keep this for maybe trying to mix it with something, but it's really not for me. The lotus on my skin just doesn't smell good apparently. But the other lavender smell I'm a bit sort of 50-50 with. This is Guaeko, I think that's how you pronounce it. And this one is blackened sandalwood, lavender, tobacco, nag champa and laudanum. So this is sort of a grown-up, masculine, smoky lavender. And this is also really strange. This is sort of almost like a juxtaposition. It feels like someone has shoved lavender in with black spices, and it works, but it's really strange. I do really like this. Yes, I do really like this. It's one of those, I think it depends what mood I'm in, because one day I wore it and I hated it, and the next day I wore it, I thought I'd try it again and I loved it. So I think it's one of those, if you're in the right mood. But yeah, just in the vial, it is a lovely sort of darkly sort of smoky lavender, which is a very pleasant smell. It's masculine, but not in a super masculine way. It's like in a more sort of unisex way. It's not a feminine lavender at all. So if you wanted to try lavender but were afraid it would smell sort of too girly on you, this is definitely one I would try, especially if you like that sandalwood. Let's see how the dragon's blood is doing. Yeah, dragon's blood is going. Trying to get put it on such an awkward part of my arm. It's definitely sort of faded to a soft, soapy baby powder smell, which is very strange. I would have thought it's dragon's hide. Sorry, I keep saying dragon's blood, but it's the dragon's hide smell, which has dragon's blood, leather and smoke. And it's, yeah, I don't know why it would go to it must be the leather note they have in it. I don't know. It is very pleasant, but it's not quite what I expected. I expected intense, whereas this is very sort of gentle, surprisingly gentle. Okay, I think that's all of the ones I actually ordered. I did receive a lot of imps. How many? Let me just count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I received 10 imps. I'm not sure how that worked out. It's probably because I bought so many full bottles. So I don't have any of these, any of their notes. I'm just going to go through and blind smell everything. So this is like a first impressions part because I haven't smelled any of these. So let's just get into these. I'll just pop them in front of me. So it's going to be like a quick fire first impression smells. Okay, so the first of my imps is called Black Pearl. So I'm going to see what it smells like in the bottle and then quickly put it on my arm so I can test it for you. This one's very light. I can't really get too much out of the bottle, so I'm just going to put a little bit on my arm. I'm not getting much at all. To be fair, what I am getting smells a little bit like Parma violets. I have no idea if that's going to be accurate in any way. Yeah, vague Parma violet smell. Okay, next we have Eclipse. And in the bottle this smells like, wow, this one's strong. This one smells like almonds. Oh dear God. I don't like that smell. I love the taste, but oh, I hate the smell of almonds. Yeah, it smells like marzipan. I'm not going to put this on me just because I'm going to reek of marzipan. Yeah, whatever other notes in there are being completely overpowered by that almond smell to me. Whew. That was intense. Okay, next one we have Chimera, and I'm pretty sure I've seen this online as having honeysuckle in it, because I am obsessed with honeysuckle scents, so I've sort of been rooting them out online. And this one smells there's a definite floral, kind of almost foodie scent, and a definite sort of cinnamon smell. So, like, well, maybe not cinnamon, but definitely cupboard spice smell. Oh God, I've just splashed this everywhere. Let's try this. Ooh, that smells really nice on. That smells like a very warm floral. But a floral without being too floral, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't smell like flowers, but warm sweetness is more like it. But I'm assuming the sweetness comes from that honeysuckle. I'm pretty sure it has honeysuckle. That's really nice. I really like that. I'm pleasantly surprised by that, because when you say the name Chimera, you think of something sort of demonic and lots of different things sort of shoved together unnaturally, but this is a very warm and lovely smell, so I really like Chimera. That's a winner. Next we have Bathsheba, which I know that name. I'm sure I've heard it in maybe like a myth or something, Bathsheba, or the Bible, I'm not sure. But in the bottle, I'm getting a sort of a clean, fresh smell. Maybe something like apples. Let's put it on. It's very light. All of these have been like nothing in compared to that Eclipse one that was insanely strong. This one isn't really coming out very strong on me at all. I'm just getting a vague sort of fresh, clean smell, like some kind of fresh laundry detergent. It just smells really sort of vaguely pleasant, but not too strong at all. Yeah, that's not really doing much on my skin, unfortunately. Okay, the next one is called Languor. Languor? Is that how you pronounce it? Let's have a smell. Oh, this is quite pleasant. This smells... There might be lavender in this. And maybe some spices or incense. It smells almost like that Guaeko. There's almost like that other one that had lavender and spices in it. But there is also a sort of a clean laundriness to it as well. So let's see what it smells like. Oh yeah, that's a definite laundry smell. I swear everything to me just smells like laundry today. But it's very pleasant. It's a very sort of lightly spiced, clean cotton lavender. It's a mouthful of a name, but no, that smells really nice. I definitely prefer this to, so I prefer Languor to, how do you pronounce it, to Bathsheba in terms of a sort of laundry smell. Bathsheba was a little bit too faint, whereas this one's, Languor's got a little bit more some to it without being too strong. Okay, the next one is called Amsterdam. And I can guess maybe there's tulips in this, just because it's, you know, Amsterdam, but... Oh, this is a very fresh smell. It's a very fresh cut floral kind of smell. It's very pleasant. It does smell like, yeah, sort of florist, fresh cut floral. So let's see what it does on my skin. Yeah, that sort of kept it's very sort of, yeah, almost green kind of floral, so that definite sort of fresh cut. I can't quite tell what flower it is. I'm going to assume tulips just because it's Amsterdam. It's very nice. It is a very pleasant smell. Yeah, very sort of fresh, nice floral kind of smell. I like that. Next is Delight. Oh, this one smells kind of creamy and florally. Let's try it on. Delight is very similar to Languor and Bathsheba in that it just smells like pleasant laundry to me. I don't know what's with my nose today. It must be broken. Or there must be in something, or there must be something in all of them that is making me think laundry, which is probably something completely different. It's very pleasant. This one's very warm. I can just get like a warm smell, but nothing in particular, if that makes sense. Like if you just got your sheets out of the dryer and it just smells like warm laundry detergent, you know, that kind of sort of warm, comforting. Yeah, it's very pleasant, but nothing like to write home about, unfortunately. And the next scent is Brown Jenkin, which I have already reviewed in another video, which I will link up wherever. And the next one is Cairo. And Cairo. Ooh, Cairo's quite strong. Oh, Cairo reminds me of something. Oh no. Oh no, when it reminds you of something but you can't remember what it is. Oh, that's really annoying. Maybe I'll get it when I put it on me. Oh, it smells like sweets. It's got a sherbety smell to it. I don't know if it's supposed to. There's a definite sherbet smell, like lemon sherbet. Yeah, there's a very nice sort of spicy lemon sherbet. It's actually pleasant. I'll probably wear that in spring because I quite like citrus smells in spring. That's surprisingly nice, but I wouldn't pick sort of lemon sherbet and the word Cairo together, but okay, and the last one is called Eden. And Eden smells very creamy, kind of tropical smell. Let's put some on here. Yeah, Eden smells vaguely tropical. There might be some either pineapple or coconut. I can't quite yeah, oh, this is, they're all just smelling like laundry detergent today. I swear, each video, one video is like everything smells like menthol, now it's everything smells like laundry. I don't know. This one is very so-so. There's sort of a tropical element to it in some respect, but I can't pinpoint what it is, but it is very pleasant. Okay, so my favourites out of those sort of Frimps have been Chimera and Cairo. Chimera just because it smells like something that I would actually order, like for myself and wear every day, and Cairo because it was really nice and surprising, and I'm definitely going to wear this for spring because I do like sort of citrusy scents then. And all of the other ones that vaguely smell like laundry to me I'll probably mix in as everyday scents when I just want to smell clean and nice but sort of nothing too overpowering. So all in all, I think this sort of wintry haul has been a really big success. There's not been anything that I've outright hated. I mean, Paris was a little bit sort of like dubious, but that I only got there in imp form. I've been very lucky with all my full bottle scents, so that's a win. I am very sorry that this is really late. I think you can buy all of these perfumes apart from Mare Vaporum, which obviously is a lunacy scent, and pretty much by the time, if you're an international buyer, by the time you actually order it and receive it, it's already gone out of stock. So even if I had done this as soon as I'd received them, it probably wouldn't be there. So hopefully at least by the time I upload this, everything will still be there, so you can still purchase it. As always, I will link everything in the down bar so you can go find it for yourselves. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later. Okay, bye!